Hey there, rockers. It's been a minute. Man, things have been kind of crazy in my world. I figured, I haven't put out a video in a while and I wanted to address something that many people, including maybe you, have experienced, and it's not fun. I'm talking about the horrifying act of losing one's cell phone. Yeah, man. So what happened was last Sunday night, we're getting ready to go to the Church of Rock radio show, which I've been hosting, co-hosting and co-producing with Sister Tracy. But I started it 24 years ago, right? Every Sunday night, 6 o'clock. We're walking out the door about 5:15 p.m. I got a text from Brother Bill Meisner in Los Angeles saying, "Hey, man, see you at the Church of Rock tonight." And I wrote back something funny. And then next thing I know, Sister Tracy gets the car ready. I jump in the passenger seat with all my stuff, including my box of CDs, my box with all my paperwork, blah, blah, blah. And of course, Jet Dog. And I look down and I go, "Hey, man, my phone's not in here. That's weird. I thought I just had it in my hand." So I come back out and I never did find the phone. And I get in the car and I'm like, I don't know what happened. So what I think happened, because I looked everywhere in this house and I looked in the car, is, and I've done this before more than once, I think I sat my stuff on the floor of the garage. When she started the car and came out and unlocked the doors, I put my stuff in on the passenger seat floor where I was sitting. And then I think I put my phone on top of the car. So I think we drove away. And when I realized I didn't have the phone, it wasn't very far from home, maybe 2 blocks tops. And we stopped, turned around, did a U-turn, came back home. I couldn't find it. I said, screw it. Let's go to the show without the phone. So I deducted with deductive reasoning later that I think I definitely left that on top of the car, because we went to call it later and it was off and my phone was pretty charged up. So it wouldn't have died that easy. I think somebody found it that wasn't cool. Because you know what? In the past, man, I lost a wallet and I lost a phone. And both times, those things got turned into the Ashland, Oregon Police Department. And my wallet had all the cash in it and my phone was fine. So this time I struck, I didn't, get a home run. I went around the neighborhood for 2 days and I had signs up everywhere in this neighborhood on all the mailboxes on the corners that are shared mailboxes. I had them on little utility boxes. I had one on a rock in the front of the neighborhood, man. And I thought, surely somebody's going to see this lost Android phone, Samsung. If found, please call blah, blah, blah. Nobody called. I waited a couple days. I talked to the police to see if they got it turned in. Nope. So finally I called Verizon, had them shut it off. Had to go over there and get a new phone. Well, they said, "Hey, do you have insurance? Because if you do, it's not that expensive. But if you don't, shame on you." Well, it turns out, dun da da, I had insurance. Yes, I did something right for a change. Dun, dun, dun. Anyway, I was able to get another phone thanks to you-know-who. She knows who she is. Thank you. The phone was restored. But here's the hard part, man. I came home from that Verizon store and they said, it'll be 2 or 3 days before the phone is shipped to you. The next day at noon, it was at my door. So that was good. I was like, wow, like overnight phone delivery. So here becomes the arduous process, which many of you have probably been through. But if you haven't lost a phone in the last year or two, things have gotten even more hard to deal with as far as tight security because of hackers. It was a nightmare, you guys. I spent no less than 3 hours on the phone with 3 very cool and very helpful Verizon tech people. They send you this phone number that comes with your phone in the box. And I called them and they were very helpful, but each one fell short a little bit because I wasn't able to get all my stuff taken care of in one call. But after calling over and over, I still realized today it's not syncing my messages properly. I can't see any of my messenger messages that people have sent in the last several days. So anybody that sends one now, I see them, but nothing before like yesterday. It's crazy. And it screwed up all my contacts in my phone. Like they weren't there. So I called back, they sent them over, but half of them don't have names. It's a nightmare, man. And I'm telling you, then I thought, oh gosh, I've got to get back into all my apps, all my social media. That means I have to have passwords. God, don't you just hate it, you guys? The whole thing is so crazy. You can't just get a new phone and it's all just hunky-dory. It's all these steps, man. It was crazy. It was really, really intense, to be honest with you. Now, I admit, I have a horrible time with technology. I admit I suck when it comes to anything technical. I'm not good at it, man. You know, when I got in radio, my boss said, you're a natural as far as the on-air part, but the technical stuff, you still need some work. And it still applies today. I'm just not that technical of a person. That part of my brain, that mathematic part, you can see my UK subs button there. Yeah, that part of my brain just doesn't work, man. I'm not like a tool guy or a car or electrical guy. I wish I was, but I was always the kind of guy that liked to write songs and poetry, and I like to listen to music and do acting and stuff like that, you know. So here I sit. I do have a brand new phone. This is my first YouTube video since getting said phone, and I thought, you know what, man, I really want to do something on my channel, but I don't have any research done for any stories tonight. So I thought I'm going to go on here and see if anyone can relate to this nightmarish scenario that I've just gone through. It was nice to have the digital detox, I'll tell you that. I do realize that everyone around me is, most people around me, okay, and people that aren't around me that I know are very addicted to the cell phone. Now, having come down the path of lots of substance abuse in the past in my life, I can tell you for certain that the phone and social media addiction is far heavier and way harder to beat than any of the opiates and the alcohol, the nicotine, all that stuff put together, man. Seriously. And because, you know, I'm here to testify that I beat that stuff in my life. But I can tell you this, the social media addiction, I am guilty as they come. YouTube, man. YouTube. One word, YouTube. Why, YouTube, must you capture me with your warm embrace? Why must you make me addicted, you bastard? Anyway, my friends, I hope you don't lose your phone. It sucked, man. It wasn't bad being without it for a few days because I had access limited to Tracy's phone and also to the laptop here. But I wasn't on it much. So it was nice to have the time away, and it gave me some introspection about my own habits using the social media. I'm definitely going to start backing off on having to answer every message right now, because I think it trains your friends and people you know that this is how he is. And man, if I ever don't answer somebody back, it seems like 5 out of 10 people go, are you upset with me? Are you mad? Are you pissed off? Are you depressed? It's just like, no, man, I've just been busy. So I think I've learned a couple things from losing my phone. One of them is spend less time on the phone. Another is tune into nature more, because I got out and did a lot of nature stuff like whitewater rafting. I went out into the woods a couple times. I went to the Gnome Park. I've been hanging out with my dog, walking around. Just, it's beautiful. It's summertime still, man, you know, and it's getting to be in the 70s here in Oregon and Southern Oregon. We're like 15 miles above the Northern California border. Nowhere near Eugene, nowhere near Portland. We're at the very end of the state in the old mountains, which I love. So my friends, thanks for watching my video. Not a very exciting one, but I gotta say, man, have any of you guys gone through this recently? Can you leave a comment down below? Let me know if you've had the same kind of horrifying experience. Some people have no problem with this stuff, but my first problem started with calling them up going, okay, SIM card. Okay, great, this little thing. Okay, yeah, take it out of the plastic. So I take it out of the plastic. She tells me what to do. Take the little pin tool that comes in the box, stick that in that little hole in the bottom of the phone. That sounds bad. And pop open the little tray. I did it. I finally figured out how to do that, right? So I'm graduating here. And then I put the SIM card in. She tells me on the other end, oh, that's a damaged SIM card. You didn't touch it, did you? I'm like, yes, I touched it. She's like, you're not supposed to touch the gold part. I go, you could have told me that when I was touching it. Hot, man. So she says, luckily, the model of phone you have has an electric SIM card, an eSIM card, so we can bypass that stupid thing. I'm like, really? So they were able to hook it up, man, which was really cool. And there was so much more to this whole process of getting back online. And, you know, a lot of my passwords weren't working. It was driving me completely mad. But the fact that I got all my 3 YouTube channels back, the fact that I got my social media back and my bank and eBay and all that stuff, I a collective sigh all around. So yeah, man, please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. Also, maybe give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and let me know your own experience in the comments below if you've lost your phone or had it stolen or any of that kind of stuff, because man, it's a nightmare, man. Do you know what happened to me in 2 years ago? I went to Scotland. When I came back from Scotland, I was charging my phone up. When I went to take it off the charger and use the phone, a thing pops up saying, please enter your password, your numeric password. I had never set a password on that phone. Nope. I was livid. And I went to all the places that you could go to, and they said, dude, you're screwed. They said, we can try to wipe it, but we're still not sure if we can get back in it. I'm like, wow. So yeah, I've had this happen a few times with this nightmarish scenario. And man, losing photos and losing contacts and losing messages, it's just a hassle because I do so much communication. So if you have sent me a messenger message, please resend it, because if I haven't answered you, that's not like me. And if I have seen your messages, it might be because there's a million of them. It takes me more time to get to those. My friends, I appreciate you watching my videos. It was a real bummer losing my phone. I just wanted to open up some dialogue here. I wouldn't blame you if you hated this video. But hey, man, I just wanted to let you know I'm still kicking. I got my social media going, and I'm going to try to come back tomorrow with another rock, metal, or punk tale, or maybe just a curveball. You never know, man. Thanks for being here at Bloody F Mess Official. Cheers.